Hello, and welcome back to another witching half hour or so. Now, today's episode is very special. I've got a treat for the end of summer for you. Many of you in the Earbud Coven know that I was down at Vancouver's Pagan Pride a few weeks ago, recording audio and just having just a blast, just a wickedly witchy fun time. Today's episode was all recorded at Pagan Pride, and I got so much audio there that I actually am putting out a two-parter. I'm going to release them at the same time, like back to back, one after the other. And yeah, so happy end of summer, happy harvest season to you guys. Reap some double podcast fun. I do want to say that I did not get to every vendor, which I am so sorry about. I wish I could have. I do have some vendors on here and different participants on here. I'm so grateful to everyone who came by my booth and gave me a soundbite. Thank you so much. And this is all recorded live with a tiny little mic, so I do apologize for the background noise, the audio, how crazy everything is. I'm going to list in the show notes every single person I spoke to, as well as their business and their contact information, so you guys can find everyone, okay? For a full vendor list, you can still go to the Vancouver Pagan Pride website. They still have everything listed. Okay, loves, here we go. I'm here with Sheila from Rad Crystals.
Hi.
How are you enjoying Pagan Pride as a vendor?
Fantastic. My brother and I have been coming since about 2016 as vendors. We came before because we lived up the street. Oh. So we have been coming to this since it started.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so it's just one of those family fun things that we did, and we're here now, and we enjoy it. My business is Rad Crystals, and we work with chakras, color, and crystals, kind of combined for the soul self to sort of elevate the vibration and frequency of your core being, because it's about color.
Yes.
We are beings of the sun. We are beings of light. Okay. And we're color coded by the sun. Mm-hmm. So if bring out all those different elements, we can actually vibrate higher and clearer, because Mother Nature has color coded herself by food, by crystals, by all sorts of things to really give us the best life we could have here.
Amazing.
And that's basically what it's about.
And I know that you just completed an amazing new deck with our friend Kelly.
Absolutely.
You want to tell us about that? I'm so on fire for it. And everyone on the podcast knows I love tarot and this deck.
Oh, absolutely. What we've done with this deck is we have taken color, vibration, frequency, which is a core, and we've taken light language, which is a core, because it was a language before Sanskrit. So it was never really written down, but was always verbalized. Mm-hmm. So it is a frequency that actually kind of is in our DNA on a soul level. And this deck actually lets your soul let you know what's going on, what needs to be worked on, and where to go next. Mm-hmm. So it, whether you touch it, see it, put it against your skin, all that vibration comes through.
It's amazing. I've worked a little bit with it, and I'm super excited about it. Well, thank you for
No,
talking to me.
Thank you. No worries. It's a great event.
I love this event. Yeah. Everyone should come here.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Leonis Ra. Mm-hmm. I came here to Pagan Pride today to celebrate everything good and everything pagan, and to celebrate life, love, and happiness, and to be out with like-minded people, and to celebrate just being a witch.
Excellent. And what path are you on? What's your path of choice?
I am a solar witch. I study, I practice Kemetic Egyptian magic, and I'm a follower of the goddess Sekhmet.
Oh, beautiful.
A solar goddess Renona, and a warrior goddess.
She is.
Goddess of healing and destruction at the same time.
Well, they go hand in hand.
They do.
Right?
You tear down in order to rebuild.
Exactly. Beautiful stuff.
But it's good to be out here with everyone. The weather was perfect today, and it's just good to be out here with a lot of other beautiful people.
Well, thank you, and thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
So we're here at Pagan Pride, and we have
Keith Baldwin.
from the Troth.
Yeah.
And you're holding like a real grown-up position with them.
I am, yes. I'm the Western Canada Steward, so the representative, the point of contact, if you will, for the Troth organization, which is an inclusive heathen organization based primarily out of the States, but they are an international organization. And I'm also a representative of the Heathen Freehold of BC.
Beautiful.
So-
Tell us all about heathenism as a path. Give us like the elevator pitch.
The elevator pitch. The most generalized idea of it is reconstructing Old Norse faiths. And I use the plural here because each region and time period had its own their own variations. It was a very tribalized thing, but we can generally look and reconstruct using sagas and the myths. We can verify and prove that, among other things, I do a lot of anti-racism work and inclusive work.
Good.
So we can verify and prove that the things that the worst of us are claiming are patently false.
Beautiful.
It was never a white supremacy thing. It was never anti-LGBTQ+, any of the rest of it. Cultures were very different, and while, yes, they were very tribal in amongst themselves, you adopt somebody into a tribe, they're your tribe. That's, and that's just it. They were also some of the greatest traders in the world, in the historical world, and you don't get that way by being terribly closed-minded.
No, you don't.
So,
That's beautiful. I'm glad you said that openly, though, because I know that some of the heathen
we've gotten a lot of
symbolism-
bad press.
You have. There's been a few assholes. Sorry, I'm not supposed to swear on my podcast. There's been some non-evolved people who have decided they follow heathenism.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that heathenism are those people.
That's exactly right. One of the things that I do is point of contact with the military as well.
Oh, wow.
And the military chaplains, just to keep our name clear because of some of the bad press of so many of the white supremacists and so on. It's important to keep our name clear with the military, to keep us being branded a hate group through them. Right. We've already seen bad press with military members being part of the Proud Boys or whatnot, and that explodes bigger when it's a military member than when it's a civilian person being a member of these groups. I do a lot of proactive work with the military chaplains as well to make sure that they understand that not all of the symbols are to be instantly read as bad or terrible. That people who claim these faiths aren't these terrible people necessarily, although a few of them I'm fairly certain joined so that they could have beards.
So
I'm not even joking.
So you're allowed, so in the military, because of your faith, you can have a beard then?
We can, although with some of the new military regulations coming, you won't necessarily need to claim a faith for that anymore. So
that's interesting.
But that's a different discussion,
That's
though.
totally different. And how are you liking Pagan Pride today?
Well, I've only just arrived.
Okay.
I came in from Victoria.
Oh.
I've been traveling for the last 5 hours getting here with transit and the ferries, and so far though it's excellent. I've run into a couple of old friends that I'd hoped to see, and I hope to run into a few more.
Excellent.
Fingers crossed.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for my soundbite.
You're very welcome.
How are you enjoying Pagan Pride this year?
I'm enjoying it very much.
It's great, eh?
The weather is awesome. It just happened to pay out in our way, and it's been good that way. I've been selling things and giving out Druidry pamphlets. The Druidry pamphlets are about the local proto-grove with ADF Druidry. We're called Gario, and it covers the Lower Mainland as well as the island. So we do various rituals either side of the water.
Tell me a little bit about Druidry and what sets it apart from some of the other pagan paths.
Well, I can talk about that from my point of view. A lot of the pagan paths are nature-based. Some being a druid is just identifying with Druidry. And one thing that's big for us is ritual. We're not so big on spell work and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know
So that's a
that.
bit
I didn't
different.
realize that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, anyone can make their path anything. If they want spell work with it, they can.
Yeah.
But it's not really a part of the path.
That's really cool. Well, thank you.
Okay.
What tent is this?
This is the Middle Eastern music.
Beautiful. And who are you?
Sounds East. I'm Brendan Lally.
And what can you tell me about your beautiful tent and all these drums?
It's an interactive tent where people can drop by and play some music, play a drum, listen to some music. We have some belly dancers coming on every hour. So people are welcome to come up and join them and dance, and it'll be a fun time.
Excellent. So, are you a pagan here at Pagan Pride?
No.
No. So, can you tell me why you would come to this amazing event then?
I got invited to play here 5 years ago, I think it was now, and we had a great time. And so we've been coming back apart from the COVID break every year. So it's a great group of people, and we have fun.
Well, what path do you want to talk about? What path are you on right now, Silver?
Many.
Yeah.
So I'm rather eclectic, but first and foremost, I was raised Druid. I was apprenticed shaman.
Yes.
In fact, I'm a legal reverend. Most of my focus is on victims of trauma. I do a lot of mental health work. Because I have the legal standing, I actually go into mental health wards, work in prisons.
Can you tell me about the shamanistic path for people who are seeking and who are curious?
The shamanic path is definitely not an easy path because it focuses mainly inwards. You hear a lot of the catchphrases now about shadow work, and we do a lot of that, but our shadow work is very different. It's very physical, it's very ritualistic, it's very deep. So with shamanic work, you have to really, really be willing to examine everything about yourself. And kind of what I say is, if you stand in front of the mirror and you look at yourself and you're uncomfortable, there's work to do.
Oh, that's good.
So, I mean, we do a lot of, earth healing. We do a lot of healing of each other and traumas and such like that. But really, most of the work is focused very heavily inward. Because we believe that unless you heal yourself, you can't really be a conduit to heal others. And no matter how much work you do on yourself, there's always more work to come.
Always. So now, can you talk to me a little bit about going into prisons and going into mental health spaces, and how do you feel that, what do you think how is it that we can help, or you can help, where other people maybe might not have the right tools to? Could you speak to that?
Well, first and foremost, we don't judge. So the first thing is, like, if we walk into a mental health ward, the phrase is, what does a shaman see when we walk in there? Well, we see other shamans. Right?
Yeah.
Because we're definitely programmed different, we definitely think differently. And the word shaman, if you look at historically, and it really depends on where you look, but it basically means shaking, a shaking man. Right? So if you think about it, I know from my path, even when I was younger, I didn't tell a lot of people about what I saw and what I felt because I would be considered crazy.
Yep.
And so when we're helping these people, first and foremost, we don't judge. We're there to listen. We're there to hear. And I don't just mean to hear what they're saying, hear what they're doing, or hear what they've been through, but hearing maybe the messages that they're not getting. And that's what life is, because life tries to tell you something. And if you're not getting the message right away, it becomes louder and louder and more prevalent until you have no choice. And so we can help to facilitate that.
Silver, thank you so much for sharing with me about your path.
My name's Jacob.
What brings you to Pagan Pride today?
My girlfriend.
Excellent. Is she a pagan?
No, but so one of my best friends, she has her own stand here. She says, she is Estrella Alma Designs. Yeah, so it's at Estrella Alma Designs, and I think it's Chilean for something like Sacred Heart, because her mom is from Chile, so she kind of just wanted to pay homage to that. And she makes just a bunch of wire wrap jewelry, and she made this one. But
Those are really beautiful, guys. I'm just looking at the jewelry on this lovely girl's hands, and they're lovely.
They're quite nice. She's just so talented. So I found out yesterday night that she was going to be here, and then I woke up this morning and I was like, I gotta go. Nice. I gotta go see it.
And are you a pagan? Are either of you on a pagan path right now?
Not really.
I'm, just let things happen.
Oh, we have a seeker. We have a chaos magician in the making.
That sounds awesome.
I don't know anything about being a chaos magician.
I feel like I'd be down to some on the weekends. I feel like one.
Excellent. What are you enjoying the most here today?
honestly, the jewelry. I make stuff myself, so.
Oh, nice.
I
God, those are
I don't
yours?
sell anything, but.
And you silversmith those?
Yeah, these are 925.
Beautiful.
And I do some stone setting stuff for pendants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm loving all the wire wrapping recently. Everyone seems to be like getting into it. So pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
The delicacy. Mine's all just chunky and whatever, but
Hey, chunky stuff, big stuff is great.
Mm-hmm. I like that stuff. Yeah.
It's always good stuff.
But yeah.
Yeah.
She's actually started doing her own.
Yeah.
Too. These are hers.
Nice.
Yeah.
The protective eye.
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here
Well,
at
yeah.
Pagan Pride.
My name is Blake. I'm here at Pagan Pride, and what a wonderful day with a nice gathering of people. Thanks for putting us on.
Okay, so what's your path? Are you a pagan? Are you a muggle or a pagan?
I'm a solitary witch.
All
More
right.
on the Wiccan path.
Okay, and what brought you to your path?
Long time ago, trying to figure out, what resonated with me. A lot of nature connection. Trying to do a lot of reading. I'm a bit of a bibliophile. Do a lot of reading, and I found myself resonating mostly with that. And I read the book Solitary Witch, and that started me on my path.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad you're here. Hi, do you want to tell me your name?
Josephine Grace.
And what is the name of your beautiful booth? This is amazing, by the way.
Thank you. The name is West Coast Macabre.
Excellent. And you have quite an array of just the coolest stuff I have ever seen.
Thank you.
So tell me about sourcing it and stuff.
Everybody asks that all the time. I source everything's ethically sourced. Everything is dead when I receive it.
Oh, you make all this?
I make everything myself.
You're not buying these? You're
no,
making
I
all of
physically
this?
make it all myself.
Oh my God, tell me more.
Yeah, so a lot of the insects are sourced through online providers like people who they breed them and they capture them after they've passed and stuff like that. All the wet specimens, the reptiles, all that kind of stuff is sourced through rescues, through any kind of pets too. I have friends who give me their pets, etc., etc. From that, they fully know what I do and they're fully supportive. Everything comes it's either passed away from illness or age or it just hasn't been able to thrive. Yeah, everything, like I said, everything comes ethically sourced, and I make it all by hand myself.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And we're here at Pagan Pride, so are you on a pagan path, my love?
Yes.
And what is it? What style of pagan are you?
I haven't really decided yet, if that makes sense.
That does. Many people I've talked to today, they're saying, I'm eclectic, or I did start as this, and now I'm more like this.
Yeah, I've been kind of just tinkering in it to discover what I want to do, what I enjoy, I guess. I've tried a few different things, crystals, and stuff like that. I've even looked into things like hoodoo and stuff like that, just because it interests me. And, spell jars and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to get in over my head.
Looking at your work, I don't think you would be over your head. It was really
I
beautiful.
do try to incorporate a lot of that into my work too. I have a real passion for my work. I enjoy doing it. It's kind of my therapy.
Oh, wow.
It makes me happy. I love seeing people's reactions, whether it be a good or sometimes bad. To each their own. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. That's basically, I mean, I wish I could make it full time, but we'll get there one day. But I enjoy meeting everybody and like-minded people as well.
So how have you liked Pagan Pride today?
So far, it's been really good. I've enjoyed it. This is my second time doing Pagan Pride. So I enjoy the people I meet. I enjoy the people who run the event. They're all very, very nice people. And I enjoy the environment in general. It's very fun.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Well, I'm so glad to be. I have a bunch to do, but I'm coming back to buy some stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, my name's Kara.
And what's the name of your store?
Ravensville. We're based in Vancouver.
Beautiful. What is your specialty for everyone listening?
For my personal specialty would be candle making and ritual work.
And we're at Pagan Pride, so you want to tell me a bit about your path?
I would consider myself a crooked path in the traditional witchcraft, so very folky and using your intuition and just what you feel.
And what brought you to your path?
Oh my gosh. I remember when I was 12 years old, my grandparents and I were on like a little vacation. I saw a set of runes for the first time and I just wanted them and they bought them for me and it was just ever since then it just fell down that path.
Beautiful. I know my mom used to wait for me to grow out of this.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in my 40s now.
I know. I felt very lucky that my grandparents were very go for it.
That's
So,
beautiful.
Yeah.
And what's been your favorite thing about today so far?
Honestly, the connecting with everybody, since COVID, everyone's been like on the internet, and it's just nice to see people's faces and see what everyone does. And Vancouver is so small, but it's fun to see people.
Yeah, all of us solo practitioners are coming out of the woodwork, right?
It's really great.
The Witches of the Lower Mainland, it's just a full group of everyone collectively coming together and supporting each other in our pagan and witch rites,
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm going to join as
Yeah,
soon as
please,
I'm back.
yeah.
So tell me, what's your name?
I'm Erin.
Hi, Erin. It's me, Jody Ann, from the Witching Half Hour. So what brought you to Pagan Pride?
Oh, I've always come to these. Like, my mother is a part of it as well. She has her own booth. And
what's her booth?
Cauldron and Broom, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. So she actually has a lot of products like sold at Emerald Moon and Phoenix Rising, which of course is like the big store, the very community involved, and it's everyone's just amazing. Yeah.
And what path are you on? What style of pagan are you?
I'm definitely on a path of like self-love in a way,
Nice.
and just supporting everyone in their journey. As long as we're supporting everyone and supporting each other in this mess, like we get through it and we're healing together. Yeah.
That's what I love about Pagan Pride. I love how everyone gets to come together.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? And we can just openly be our pagan selves.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yay. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Norm.
Norm, and what style of pagan are you?
I don't really have a style.
Oh, tell me about that.
I commune with the earth, and I have grown kind of my own way of being spiritual.
And can you tell me a little bit about what brought you to paganism?
I was born into it.
That is amazingly cool to me because I was not. Can you talk to some of our listeners about that for people who are seeking? So I don't even know what to say. So you're like my kids. My
Sure.
kids were raised in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate to be raised in a house that encouraged intellectual pursuit and encouraged religious growth. Grandmother was a priest in the Anglican church. She went to school and seminary to become a priest. So I had all of the background for the Christian ideologies. My parents were both pagan, and I had all of their resources as well. I found books and just read, learned, found everything that I possibly could. Nothing is really spoken to me as one single religion that I want to follow. If anything, you could say that I'm a heathen. But beyond that, it was just a learning and growth period to be able to do everything that I do.
Do you practice magic or just worship? I shouldn't say
Magic.
just worship.
Well, I mean, they're one and the same, aren't they?
Well, yes, I know that.
I do practice magic to some extent. I'm a self-taught healer.
Beautiful.
Food is my healing element for the most part. If you're sitting at my table, then it's always going to be a groaning board. All of the blessings that go into my cooking and all of that are all for your own health.
I would call it kitchen witchery.
Yeah.
I think my grandmother was amazing at that, but she would never have called it that.
No.
But when you sat at her table, you were just rejuvenated by the amount of love and what she fed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a batch of cookies at one point that were medicated cookies. And
Fair enough.
They were also magical cookies. And I took them to an event. Part of the blessing that I put into them is, let this give you the healing that you need. And it worked a little bit too well for some people. They went on spirit journeys, and other people just had the physical healing, or at least the physical pain relief that they need.
And what have you liked the most about today here at Pagan Pride? What's really floating your boat?
Seeing all the people that I haven't seen for 3 years, 2 years because of the pandemic and not having the community around to be able to see. There are some people that I only see at events, and it's nice to see them again.
Well, thank you for your time, Mom.
Thank you for your time.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Tony.
And Tony, you were doing readings here today at Pagan
did.
Pride.
I am White Dragon Tarot, and I was doing reads for people and let them come do donation and just see what was coming to them. It was amazing. It's
Nice.
my first time too.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to read here. I love it because everyone shows up with their guides and their spirit helpers,
I
and they're
love it.
super open. It's like some of the easiest tarot work I've ever done
It's
is at Pagan
so
Pride.
easy, yeah.
And people are open. You
Yeah,
don't have
they're
to
super
prove anything. You're just like giving them their
Oh, I know,
messages.
you're talking about dragons and fairies, and they're like, yeah, of course. I'm like, okay, yeah, right, these are my people.
Yeah. So is this your first time at Pagan
It
Pride?
is my first time. I just moved to Vancouver, and my shaman, who I'm a student, he's like, come do this with me. So I did.
Oh, where did you transplant from?
Alberta.
Oh, me too. I grew up in Calgary.
I didn't grow up there, but I was living in Red Deer for the last 17 years. So.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the West
Thank
Coast.
you. And there's no snow.
No, there isn't. It's going to take a while before you need a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would you please tell me about your pagan path?
My pagan path?
What style of pagan are you?
What style of pagan? A free-spirited one. I started out very religious.
Oh, wow.
And then took my herbal diploma, my tarot diploma, and my flower essence certificate, and just kind of went on that path. And then I took my shamanism training with my shaman teacher, and so I don't know if I'd say I'm a form of pagan. And then I talked to dragons. So what is that? What kind of pagan is that?
I think we'll call it eclectic.
There we go. I am super anti-label, I think, after the Christian upbringing.
Oh, that would do it. Yeah.
So it's like, what are you? Me.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad you're here with us today.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thanks. It's nice to
Oh,
meet
and what's the name of your podcast on here so I'll remember?
I'm White Dragon Tarot, and my podcast is Red Lipstick Babes.
All right.
Phoenix Rising is a little community-oriented shop that is much bigger on the inside, brimming with everything meditative, spiritual, mystical, and magical you could ever wish for. In addition to what we import fair trade from other countries, we offer a vast selection of handmade items made by over 170 local artists, from therapeutic stones and magical ingredients to oddities and rare gems hiding in every nook and corner of the shop, even the curious and occult. The reason why this little shop is in fact an emporium. Shopping at Phoenix is an undeniably unique experience. Come wander, enjoy, and explore with all of your senses to discover what the shop has waiting just for you. Don't wait too long, because our little shop symbolizes the ephemerality of life and the world. Our items are unique, and while your perfect item is in the shop today, it might be gone tomorrow. And don't forget to find some of our healers and practitioners. Come explore your path. Okay, bye!
Oh my god, no pressure. What to say? Which path? Well, what path do you want to talk about? What path are you on right now?
I'm nervous. What am I talking about?